Welcome to D&D Insights. My name is Highsight and this is Bogarash. So this is a role-playing game featuring a medieval setting, but a non-fantasy medieval setting. Looks like we have an intro. Let's go ahead and check it out. The land has prospered. The people have lived in peace for 40 years. But the Tsar is old now, and a ruthless Boyar seeks the throne. He encourages banditry and harasses the peasants in order to undermine the authority of the royal dynasty. But that's not enough to become... Oh, I didn't press anything, it just disappeared. Might as well let me dictate when I'm done reading. But that's not enough to become Tsar. The Boyar needs to have a legitimate claim. He searches for an ancient document known as the Nominala of the Rulers. A lot of words I don't understand. So I can't actually click off to end it at any time. If for whatever reason there's a timer on it. So that intro, it's a little weak. It's not even the text that's weak, but just the fact that there's nothing else but the text. It's literally black screen text. So much more can be done with this. Hopefully down the line it will be. This is in beta right now, so there's still plenty of time for improvement. But what I would love to see for something like this is maybe put it in comic form or something, you know, with still panels and then text coming over it, and, you know, you move along to the next one. Something like that would go really nicely with something like this. It's really short, really sweet. It could get done really quick, and it wouldn't even have to be a separate thing. Whenever you start a new game, it could show up. Look at that. Now, these are actually 2D sprites that are pre-rendered, and they actually look really good. Alright, so looks like we have two characters right now. Bagatur is a natural-born hero, master of the close combat. He is strong and difficult to harm, but moves slow. And then we have here Samadiva is a forest creature, skilled in the use of bows and arrows. She is fast, but weak in close combat. Alright, we'll use this one. And tutorial, yes, why not? Type username. Highsight. See if that comes into play. You have been captured by bandits and held in a cold cave, but one day you managed to loosen the chains and fight your way out. Plans are rendered. Okay, so the developer does plan a rendered intro. Very nice. Yeah, think about it like in comic book style. I think that'd be a really good style for this thing. Just kind of like with panels moving through with the text and everything like that. You can have like really slow panning and stuff like that to add effects in and stuff like that. Little things. WASD to move around, up, down, left, right, respectively. Right-click on the bread item in the quick slot to restore vitality. Oh, okay. Go to the town and speak to the elder with a left click. So we have a nice little map overlaying the actual game. That's nice. It's not really obstructing anything, and it's right where I would be looking at the character. And interestingly enough, the blue dot tends to follow my character's ass very well, so it's kind of cool, up until the camera moves away. Ass or crotch region, either or. Road to town. Digging the music. The music's pretty good. Very calm, very town-sounding. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so we got all these characters. All have names that I will never be able to pronounce. Except for Elder. Ah, nice. Hear that guy when he's talking. Nice little thing. Welcome to Targov's... My name is Bogdan. That's actually one of the few names I can say. And I am the Starosta here. Make yourself at home, though we can't offer much. Bandits are roaming just outside the fences, and we can't access our fields or retrieve any goods. You seem strong enough to help us. Go speak with the rest of the townsfolk. Alright, you can loot baskets by left-clicking on them. Some are empty. Baskets, you say. So that's not a basket. What is that? Nothing I can deal with. You got an arrow here, but I can't do anything with it. So if I press tab, that goes away. Very nice. So there's actually, you can do WSD or you can do click to move around like a more traditional game. What does this have to do with anything? I'm so confused. Okay, we'll ignore that for now. Hey, town storage. Hey, empty town storage. Who would have thought the bandits would hit the town storage first? Hey there, I'm Senza, and my specialty is curing illness and taking care of wounds. However, a pack of wolves settled in the graveyard north of my hut, and I can't gather any herbs. Could you take care of them for me? Well, naturally, it'd probably be a good idea to get the healer up and running immediately, so let's go do that. Any wolves? Where are them wolves at? They had set up north. Is this a doorway out? Ah, that's what it is. Nope, this is... So I'm going to point that out right now, actually. This is a weird doorway because the path is blocked, right? So it's a graveyard. I get that. And if I mouse over it, I get that even better. But you might want to open this up. Actually open it up out into the world. Plus, you got this giant black area. It's not a big deal. It's really not. But you could definitely cover that up with, like, trees or Greenland or something like that. Try to make it feel more like an opened-up world. Don't leave me just to my isometric, walls here. These walls all look very similar. You might want to consider also varying up the foliage a bit. Maybe get like about 5 or 6 variances of these particular blocks and just kind of spread them around, randomize them a bit. Help randomize things a little. You already did that quite nicely with the ground tiling, so just something to do all over the place. It is a very good looking game for what it is, though. It's a little plain looking, but that's not inherently a bad thing. It actually harkens nostalgia to old action RPGs, and I think that'll speak to some people. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the graveyard. I think that's where the old lady said she wanted me to get her stuff. So, just bash the wolf, right? Okay. You might want to get... Maybe a death animation in there would be pretty sweet for the wolf. Instead, just fall over dead. The combat feels a little weak right now. There's not much heft to it. In fact, when he swings... Does this... Yeah, the club goes away when he swings. Literally disappears. That is so weird. You might want to find a way to get the club and basically any weapon you might be holding animated with the character, That'd be more a question of automatically pick up items left on the ground. Why can't I pick up the pelt? Is my inventory... Oh, pelts. Okay, you have a slot style system here. But it looks like I can still pick things up, so... Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, maybe that's something that's coming later, but you're definitely going to want to try to get that weapon to animate with the character. That's going to be pretty important down the line. So I knocked over the stones, and I got some more stones. Not bad. I do like the fact that this tree went transparent when I went behind it. Very nice little effect. I'm sure I'll be seeing a lot of that around other things. Well done. A beloved. Did I just bury up a beloved by clicking on it? I didn't want to bury up a beloved. Why did I bury up a beloved? I feel like a total dick right now. Well, I'm sorry, beloved. You clearly were loved once, but I just totally grave robbed you. I didn't even get anything out of it. I just buried up a corpse. Because why not? So if I'm clicking on this and not getting it, I have to open up the inventory and bring it over. Actually, I can't anymore, but... can I turn things sideways? It doesn't look like I can turn them sideways. So, I could fit this in if I could turn it horizontally, which, nature of a pack, that would work, but... unfortunately, that doesn't seem like it's an option right now. Kind of like Tetris, We can get out of there. Assign your earn stat C. C to crush, bash. Hang on. What's all this then? If I click this, it rotates between shock, stun, craft, and crush, and dash. So it looks like there's different keys for those, though. We'll get more into that later. Oh, shoot. I just totally... Maybe it's not a grave robber. Maybe I'm just knocking over tombstones. I feel a little less dickish about that. From such a distance, though. Oh, man. So, right now, it seems like I can do... If I click on something from any distance... So, actually, let's try, just for the sake of example. If I click from over... There is a distance, but the distance ain't that far. So, it looks like this is supposed to indicate the stone that I'm reading. Here lies the noble Yavr. During his life... He was a renowned craftsman, and he built this tomb, taking some of his most valued possessions with him for all... Oh, I'm grave robbing him. His other passions was good wine. Some say he still has appreciation. Wait. Some say he'll still appreciate... I don't know why I read that wrong. Still appreciate a full amphora of the finest. Alright, so do I get this guy booze or something, and then I can grave rob him? We'll look into that later. Alright, so is this another... Oh, look at this. This is another exit indicated by an archway. River Valley. We're not going to go that way just now, but that's something I feel like I might overlook accidentally, right? It's not a very inherently obvious that this is an exit. Once again, we're talking about the blocked off path. Even if it leads into darkness, I think people would appreciate that not being blocked off. What's this? May rest in peace. Well, I ain't resting in peace. I unpeacefuled that. So I'm noticing the attack. It seems like I did 2.3 damage there. It's interesting that we're actually counting the decimals. I'm not sure if that has a big impact or not. Vitality's full, so I'm good on that right now. My quick slot, these aren't stacking. Are they supposed to? Maybe not. Maybe you can only stack up to 3. That would make sense. So if I mouse over these, I'd love to know how many I could stack, but as it is right now, the fact that I have mouse over tooltips in general is real nice. So let's look at my abilities here. Oh, I have 11 points. Alright, so let's see. I can put them into Might, Shock, Fend, Strength. So I'm not quite sure what all of these mean exactly. I assume that these are skills? Well, my current level is what? Let's see. We have the minimap, the pause, inventory, statistics. Here we go. I'm currently only level 1. I need 4 more points to level up, it looks like. And that might just be 4 more wolves. Got a journal. Nice looking journal. Actually, I really dig those engravings and everything. Those look really nice. So, chapter 1. Objective completed. Oh, that's the wolves. Okay, so you actually made engravings for, it looks like, every quest. That's really cool. I'm seeing a bunch that I don't think I can do yet, but this wolf one right here is really cool looking. When you select it, it gets colored in. That is a nice effect. Let's go ahead and claim my prize for that, shall we? And maybe that'll level me up. Let's see. No, so far I really do dig the sound design here. The sounds have all kind of made sense. I think you might want to modulate some of the sounds, though. The character getting hit sounds the same every time. How do I get rid of... There it is. Sounds the same every time. So maybe you might want to change that up a little bit. So when I'm talking to a character from this distance, I feel like I'm shouting to them, "Hey! I killed your wolves! They're dead!" And then she's yelling back, "Now! What about now without the troublesome base, I'll be able to provide you with potion." That's the worst yelling I've ever done. But the point is, maybe move up to the guy, or the gal in that case, when I'm going to talk to him. You might want to shift the portraits down a little bit so you're not blocking that mark. So let's see. So let's buy some goods. Let's actually get up in front of her so it makes sense. Buy some goods. What do we got? We got wine, increasing my endurance. Mushrooms, increasing my wisdom. Milk, increasing my endurance. Not quite sure what endurance is. I know what vitality and wisdom is. Wisdom being... actually, I don't exactly know what it is. I don't think there's magical spells in this. Maybe endurance is like heavy hitting stuff, like not spells, but skills and stuff. We'll see. Well, let's go ahead and hit out of here. So let's look again at the journal, shall we? So it looks like the quests stay even when they're done. That's alright, I guess. If anything, it'll make it look like more of an accomplishment when you look at your journal and everything's done. Who else needs some help around here? Wow, look at that smoke. That smoke is really going crazy there. I mean, it's like a seizure smoke almost. It doesn't feel like it blends quite right. It just kind of does its own thing. This house also seems mighty small, doesn't it? I wonder if you can scale it up a little bit. Seems like a very tiny hutch. So, can I go down here yet? No. I guess that's later. Bogner in my town. It's the greatest honor I ever had. Patrolling is my duty! Wow, look at those eyes. He is one focused patroller. I will definitely give him that. He's on petroleum jelly, he is. I like the way the roof kind of disappears when you get in here. But one thing that's kind of not good is I'm in this house clearly, right? So logically, my character can see everything that's over here. But as the player, I can't. It'd be kind of cool if when you entered the house, it literally just, whoop, all of those just disappear, and then you can see completely in the house. Or at least what would be within your field of vision through raycasting. That'd be pretty good. That'd be a good effect. Overall, it is a good effect. I think it's just not being quite utilized in a way it could be. I should probably get back to the WASD, move around a little. Oh, that's weird. WASD stopped working. There we go. Yeah, ain't nothing in here. And we got another one here. Nothing in here, it seems, though. Seems like with WSD, you can get stuck on things a little too easy. Can't really go in this tent, though it looks like you could. Again, it's a little small. Just a little tiny. Alright, so there doesn't seem to be any other townfolk in distress, just the healer. You have to prove yourself! Could you expand on that, please, sir? While I walk on your bridge to nowhere, which I just realized is here for some reason. Why is this here? It's a bridge to nowhere. Intriguing. Count me as intrigued. Alright, so let's, we can go back to the graveyard. Let's see what else is around here. So this whole area is a little vacant, right? I mean, you can increase with more foliage or whatever you want, but Now we're back in this area. Ooh, a thug. Hey, thug, can I beat you up, or am I going to die trying? No, I can beat you up pretty good. Yeah, I'd say so far the only weak sound effect I've heard so far is probably the attacking sound effect. The tuh, 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 at the same tone and the same pitch every time. It's going to sound very... oh, here's another guy. It's going to sound very common after a while. Hey, we found a drunk. That's our new champion. I have a request for you. My fence was broken, and I need you to bring me 2 timber beams so I can fix them. You can find plenty of them in the forest to the south. Drunk. He's such a drunk because I made him a drunk. So we'll put some stuff in the town storage so I can sell these later if I can find someone who will buy them. So how do I stack these meats? That's what she said. I think all my meat just turned into 1 when I tried to stack it. Oops. Oh, and I don't need these stones. Apparently my character can't use them. Yeah, there could definitely be, like, just some bushes and stuff here that aren't really attached to stone or anything. Maybe some lakes, you got a village, right? Old school villages, they used to build villages around water sources. I wouldn't be surprised if there was, like, a little pond or a lake around here somewhere, you know, just a little something. A little something to work with here. Water pumps, those are probably too new age. It seems like a hub town because it really is a hub town, it seems like. But you can still add in some details to make it a little less plain, a little more interesting looking. How about torches, right? I mean, you don't really have a day-night cycle, but even still, you could add torches in and they wouldn't look out of place. They would look like they should be there. Stuff along those lines. Some flowers. Some herbs. Alright. What do we got down here? A robber? She looks more like a hobo. Doesn't look like a robber. Whoa! 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 None of that, thank you. Oh my goodness. Let's try that again. Nope, they stayed exactly as they were. How quickly will I die? Let's find out. Pretty quick. Pretty quick. And I have no more meat because I accidentally screwed that up. Let's just get out of here if we can. Oh my. Yeah, wow. Overwhelmed with enemies down there. Like, that is an ungodly amount of enemies down there. Why are there so many enemies down there? Well, let's go talk to the healer, which I just realized I can trade things with. So let's take my skins, sell them to the healer, and, yeah, try not to die. Right-clicking did not do what I thought it would do. I think I just dropped it. Okay. And I can't seem to... There we go. Get them in the inventory. There we go. Kind of got to space them out a little. For whatever reason, that pelt does not want to go in my inventory. We'll just drop it for now. Sell what we got. Let's buy some goods. Let's sell some goods, actually. Now, how much gold do I have? Where does it say how much gold I have? Actually... Oh, there it is. Gold. Top right there. So, there we go. 10 gold apiece. Not too shabby. Hopefully her inventory doesn't fill up with pelts, because then I can't keep selling her pelts. Good. Good. She refreshes it. Let's buy some meat, I guess. And try not to stack them this time. We'll get the... trying to get the most bang from a buck here. I guess the meat is the way to go. Looking back, I think the developer did warn me in the notes that stacking items does cause them to disappear, so I'll have to keep that in mind in the future. Something that slipped my mind. One thing I do like is the vitality over here actually does, like, decrease and fill up. The chalice does fill up the more stuff you have, more vitality you have. That's kind of a nice little feature. Grab some fish, some bread maybe. Yeah, a little bit of bread. And one more meat. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I can't afford it. Might want to, like, red the text or something. If you can't afford the cost, just put a red on it. So I'm not looking over. So the gold is over here. Bear in mind, I can't move these windows. The gold amount is over here, but I'm looking over here. Like, that's where I'm going to look for pretty much any purchase I do. It'd be nice if the gold was either somewhere around here, or if it would at least go red if you can't buy something. Alright, so we're not going south, because that would be a death trap. And I just realized I have a sword here. What's that sword all about? I can't click on it. Well, let's go ahead and look at my abilities and such. So, yeah, I should probably increase my might, like, a lot. What else we got here? Shock. Like, is that a spell? Let's see. Fend, stun, rush. Looks like a health thing almost. Mule, I can carry more. Can't put into it yet though. Alright, so let's try out what shock does, right? See what shock does. Shock, there we go. So that's Z. I don't quite get this rotating thing right here, right? I expected a hot bar, but this is like a rotating hot bar. I've never seen something like that. Let's move on to the farmland, see what's going on here. Can't be anything to kill me here, right? Here we go, we got some farm. Some solid farm. Nothing wants to kill people in farms. In fact, I want that cabbage. Aw, you don't want to kill me. Alright, let's see. So if I press Z... I don't know, nothing seemed to happen right there. Maybe I changed my attack style? Is that what happened? Beehive. It's weird. I think I got hurt after I killed him. Oh, it's because of this guy. He's throwing rocks at me. Very tiny rocks. Might want a sound effect to accompany the throw, like whoosh, whoosh. You know, some kind of indicator. I still don't get why hobos are attacking me. Claiming to be robbers. They're clearly hobos. They got little bindles and everything. You don't see bindles every day. Alright, kill him. Kill him. So right now the combat's very face mashy, isn't it? Like, there are skills apparently, but I just don't understand how they work. I think I'm dying. So the vitality's really out of the way, so I don't really see how much health I have until it might be too late. And I don't really see an indication of when I get hit either. My character goes red, and he gains hair for a brief period. I did notice that. Look at that. He gains hair all of a sudden when he attacks. I think my character model got swapped with an enemy character model or something. Because look at me, I look a lot like some of the enemies now. Look at that, that is funky. Clearly a bug. But anyway, I seem to go red when I get attacked, but I don't really see any form of indication of how much health I lost or how close to death I am. I have to kind of look over my vitality to find that. Fortunately, I do gain health over time. Hit beehive, please. Yeah, the music is really good. The music's very fitting and very good. I do enjoy it. Alright, let's eat more bread, eat more cabbage, some fish. We'll hold off on the fish. And you do gain vitality over time, which is very nice. Very nice. Alright, let's finish our murder spree over here. I mean, justified self-defense spree. See, I keep hearing myself getting hit, but I don't know who's throwing the rocks. Unfortunately, the characters are a little glitchy right now. You can see very clearly they're just kind of moving all over the place. They don't really have a solid plan of attack on how to kill me. They're just, like, doing their thing until they get me. And in some cases, I can't even seem to hit them all that easily. I can't... Look at this. I can't hit this character. I think the characters got swapped. I think that for whatever reason the game thinks that's a good character when it's actually a bad character. Gold! I found gold. One thing that'd be kind of cool is if gold, which is very small... Hey, an iron ring. Gold, which is very small, and another iron ring, actually got picked up automatically. And I'm realizing I have a long-range pickup right now. So this robber right here, I can't do anything. But I don't think they're hurting me. Why is my vest all vesty right now? Hey, a purse. Hey, I wanted that purse. And I can't move past you now. There we go. She's very good at blocking me off from going where I want to go. Alright, so let's look at what I got in my inventory now. I picked up some stuff there. I got an iron ring. Plus 0.5 to strength, which is better than this one, which does not do plus 5. That's weird. I dropped the ring. Let's get that out of there. So right now there's definitely some bugs going on. That's not a ring slot. That's some other slot, I guess. Oh, they both do plus 5 to strength. Plus 0.5 to strength. But they don't actually mention it once you equip them. Alright. Now let's try to move on. Now, I'd say there's a bit of a question of direction, right? So I can... Alright, let's hit the beehive by popular request. Nope, it just produces honey jars. Interesting. Which increases my wisdom. Unfortunately, my character's not big on wisdom, it seems. Okay, I'm figuring out what this thing does now. Depending on what button I press, I switch between these things, but I'm still not quite sure how to activate those abilities. What about right-clicking? Does right-clicking do it? No, right-clicking doesn't seem to do much of anything. And I can't hit you for some reason. Why do you not want to die? Oh, there we go. I got him on the sweet spot. There's like... Is it like the shadow? There, I can even hit her. It's just... There's a sweet spot, it seems like. You gotta click them on. That seems a bit too difficult, so I'm gonna chalk that up to being a bug. There it is. There's a distinct sweet spot you can hit people on. Some people. And you clearly don't know where you're going in life. Let me help you. Is my vest breaking? Is that what that sign means? That does seem like a familiar thing from action RPGs, doesn't it? Let's look at my inventory. I think it was C? No, it wasn't C. It's I, naturally. Durability 2. I'll bet that's what it is. I just realized my club broke. I never even realized my club broke. You might want to get a sound effect in when clubs break or something, when your weapon breaks, like the sound of a weapon breaking in half, you know, ching, something like that. So now that my weapon broke, who can I go to get another weapon? And maybe that's why my sprite got all weirdified. So in addition to that, it looks like my my chest piece is breaking right now. Who can I talk to about that? Hopefully there's... Well, the only person I know that sells anything is this gal right here. And I'll sell her this lovely ring for 50 gold. Not bad. But what can I do about this fur coat? Can I fix it myself? Well, there is a crafting thing, but I'm not level 4 yet, I don't think. I'm level 3. Close, though. What's this all about? Oh, this is putting points into things. Duh. I didn't even realize this was a level up system right here. You might want to put pluses somewhere or something, so I realize when I click on these things, I'm improving things. We're going to up our strength like crazy. And a little bit more on the Constitution, too, never hurt nobody. Yeah, I think that's a good place to be. I think that's a real good place to be. I've killed 30 enemies already. Not bad. Sprites need a rework. That's why you still keep them mixed. Fair enough. No, totally fair enough. Beta is beta, folks. Beta is absolutely beta. So the sprites still need some work. That's fair enough. And I guess without a club, this is what my character looks like right now. So that'll be fixed in the future when the sprites get reworked. I will admit the instant hair regrowth is hilarious whenever I get hit. That's a good time. But I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do for weaponry right now. Well, this guy wants me to go what? You want me to go south, get some timber beams? Alright, let's try not to die against this horde, see what happens. Oh my goodness, I underestimated this horde. I need to go around somewhere or something. Oh my goodness gracious. They just lunge at you too. So one thing I'm noticing about sound design, the enemies do not actually... Why can't I pick up the timber? Oh wait, that's timber. The enemies don't actually seem to have any defined sound effects, do they? Now hopefully that's coming in the future. Again, beta is beta. But I'd love to hear this horde of ravenous pack dogs when they lunge at me making a real sound. But the other thing is, they don't have distinct movement characteristics now, do they? They all seem to move pretty much at the same pace in the same way right now. And my goodness gracious, they do not let up. They just will come after me until I die. Until the end of time, Highsight shall die. So, yeah, there we go. So, it'd be kind of cool if wolves actually kind of came at you slowly, and then when they reached a lunge point, they just lunge right at you. They come at you full force. Or enemies, you know, normal enemies, I guess they could walk up to... Oh, game crash. Uh-oh. Let me go ahead and get that fatal error all copied up right there. We'll see. It did not save. Tell you what, we'll take a second now. Since we had a game crash, we'll take a second now to look at the other character and see where the differentiations lie. Oh, well, there's one differentiation. You start in a very different place. You start on the outside, looking in. Unfortunate. Let me try restarting, see if that makes a difference. Highsight. There we go. Closer. All right. So we'll try all this again now. So what we're going to see is very much a lot of the same. But one thing I am noticing that is kind of cool, it does look a bit like this is a different looking village. So it looks like you do have some random generation going on here. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. Although that looks a little off. But this game definitely looks like it's a labor of love. No question about that. Definitely sticking to the old school mechanics we've come to know and love in action RPGs, and improving on them a little bit through different movement abilities and some different ideas, specifically in the setting. Alright. So, let's move it on up. I like my invisible arm that seems to exist on the shield. I know, beta is beta. I just like pointing out little silly things. Alright, so let's see what... Oh. There we go. So this character works with a flail mostly, I think. I think this character's going to die very quickly. I think I was just wailing on a dead body, so... Doesn't speak highly of my character's intelligence. Let's go back here and make sure I'm equipped as I should be. I think I need ammunition back. Okay, so I'm flinging rocks at people. That's what it is. Look at that. That's actually, it's a sling. So let's try to fling rocks at these dogs from a distance. Oh my, there are so many. It seems like the enemies really lock onto you from a long distance and come right at you, full force from anywhere. No craps given whatsoever. And that can be really dangerous, especially considering they seem to stay in the same position when you leave an area. So, next time I go in there, I'm going to get mauled by about 18 dogs. You might want to try to make sure that not so many enemies, like, they don't all crowd up on you at the same time. That's going to cause some major issues down the line. Like, gigantic issues. New objective. As I've shown before. Now, hopefully that's just an AI thing. I mean, AI is a tricky thing to nail down properly, so I'm totally understanding of it. Let's save the game before I go in there. Yep, there it is. That went quick. I definitely wouldn't recommend enemies staying where they were. The wolf cry is the developer. FYI, whenever you hear the wolf cry, totally the developer. Now, one thing I do wonder about, can you do anything in the terms of shadows, right? So you have shadows on NPCs, and they look good. They actually add quite a bit to the NPCs, and my character even too. But then we got this fence right here. It's not giving off a shadow. We got this this house not giving off a shadow. The inside of this tent gives off a shadow, but the outside does not. I would love to see more shadowing effects in this game, if at all possible. It could add a nice little bit of depth to this game. Alright, so let's try that again. It doesn't seem like I really lost anything for dying, aside from my happiness. This character really can't take a hit, and unfortunately I just do not think it is possible to get through this safely on this character. So we'll run one more time in. Probably 2 more times. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to run out as far as I can away from the entrance, get them all on top of me, get them to kill me at the same time, and see where that leads me. Because then I might be able to go in again and not die. Anyway, auto-saving would be a huge boon. I forgot to mention that. Auto-saving and quick-saving would be 2 great things. The quick saving's already pretty quick, so that's not too bad. But auto-saving would be great. Like, after I completed a quest, it would have been great to have gotten an auto-save there. Anytime I go into a new area, it would have been great to have gotten an auto-save there. Would be really nice. And not just because of the whole potential crashing thing, but more just because if I die, I don't want to have to find out, hey, you're screwed. Then again, it seems like there's no real penalty for death. Maybe I'm losing coins or something. I don't know. I didn't notice. She very did. Still thinking about the right light angles. I gotcha. Because right now it seems like these fences are kind of floating. Alright, so let's see. What I'm going to do, and I want to test this out in terms of the AI, I'm going to stand perfectly still after I enter the area, and I'm going to see if I get completely, like, hoarded on by wolves. Just wolves everywhere. Let's see if they just lock onto me from any distance. So I'm just not moving, except for to grab this meat. So let's see what happens. Are they going to just appear? Yep, there we go. Here we go. So it looks like to some degree they just completely lock on from any distance. I think he's dead. Yep. Now, one thing that's happening a lot is I'm trying to click on these enemies from a distance, and I end up missing and moving towards them. You really got to try to, as best you can, define where clicking to hit an enemy is. And one thing you can do to really help out with that, if you mouse over an enemy, have a highlight over the enemy, right? Have an outline of the enemy. If you have an outline of the enemy, I'm going to know for sure if I click, that enemy is going to get hit. That enemy is the enemy I am targeting, and it feels good. In fact, to expand on that, pressing spacebar doesn't seem to do anything right now. If I press spacebar, it'd be nice if, like, the nearest enemy got highlighted automatically, let's say. And if I press spacebar, it'd be like a lock-on system. I would go and attack that enemy. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to have to up this character's constitution like crazy. There we go. Now, another thing is you could just have right-click be the attack button, right? Like, if you right-click on an enemy, it attacks. If you left-click, you move. Something to define and distinctualize the process of attacking compared to just moving. All right, I think that's all them wolves, right? Is that all them wolves? Nope. There is a lot more, apparently. Let's get more rocks. More rocks for the rock thrower. There we go. And honestly, if you can, like, mouse over a pelt, you get a highlight of the pelt. Anytime you can put highlights or anything like that over whatever I'm focusing on, just to help distinctualize what I'm going for. Big difference. Big, big difference. Huge. I mean, you already got the mouse over previous mayor. He didn't even. Oh, he got buried with a minuscule amount of gold. When I pick up the gold, I'd like to know how much I got too. You might want to get like some kind of a feed or something of what you pick up or whatever, or whenever you get attacked or something. Just a general combat and item feed would be a bit of a help for what goes on here. Not a big deal with the combat feed, but at least the item feed would be kind of nice to know what you pick up. All right. So I'm seeing all these wood planks, and I can't seem to get those. I'm wondering what that's about. Yeah, now there is no real lighting. That's a good point right now. There is no real lighting. Everything's kind of the same brightness. I don't know if dynamic lighting is planned for this game. That might be pretty tricky to get in properly. But if you could get dynamic lighting in, oh, it would be a huge boost for how this game looks. I mean, I know that these are pre-rendered 2D sprites, right? So you can definitely do lighting effects on those to some degree. Terraria has taught me that. If I've learned anything from Terraria, it's that you can definitely do bump mapping and such on 2D sprites to make them look 3D through the use of lighting. That would be a huge boon for your game. That would look great. Really nice. Alright, so is that... Yep, that's the end of the wolves. So the quest was a lot easier when I wasn't completely bombarded. Let's go ahead and look at my abilities. I forgot to up these. I forgot you apparently start off with 12, but you're not really told, but you start off with 12 points. Toxic, poison arrows. Sounds good to me. Still not entirely sure how to utilize those. Let's get the toxic arrows going, I guess. So now, are all my arrows toxic? Is that how that works? Let's test that out. Let's go ahead and pop over to this other area and try fighting something. See if I lose my wisdom. That's probably the best way I'll know right now, is if I lose wisdom per attack. No, I'm not losing wisdom per attack, so even though I have toxic selected, that doesn't seem to really be doing much. Come on. Oh, someone's attacking me. Someone's somewhere. Alright, but you know, we are going to call it there right now. I think we hit on a lot of really good points for this game, and I think there's a lot of things that can be done with this game. In terms of sound and music design, it's doing pretty good. Sound design could definitely use another pass, but the music design, outstanding. The visual design is very nice, though it can use some improvement through shadows and lighting, would make it look great. Obviously, there's still sprite issues. I'm not going to hold that against the game whatsoever. You got a lot of sprites to work with, and that's going to take a lot of work to get perfect. So right now, we're in a pretty good place for the starting point. But there's definitely more that can be done. Apparently, I was out of ammunition. That's why I wasn't attacking before. But there was no real indication of that, so try to get an indication of that somewhere, you know? But overall, I would say it's definitely on a good start, and for a beta, I think we're looking at what could become a very good product with a lot more polish and a bit more development work. Keep at it.